Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is currently the latest project by Disney and Lucasfilm in order to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself before moving on to the new Star Wars trilogy, a handful of live-action Star Wars TV series, as well as the Kevin Feige Star Wars film. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 here is that we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are really trying their very best in order to make this movie the best that it really can be, in order to truly make it the end of the Skywalker saga in a satisfying way for a majority of Star Wars fans around the world. Now, I wanted to actually go over what the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, had to say just the other day. I'm sure that you guys heard about this if you guys have been searching around the internet and really looking at everything related to Bob Iger. Very interesting story, and I wanted to go over it. And essentially, Disney admits that they made a mistake with Star Wars films and the entire franchise and their general approach to the Star Wars movies prior to The Rise of Skywalker and, of course, Solo: A Star Wars Story. So, I want to go over what Bob Iger had to say, and this is essentially what he states about admitting that they made a big mistake when it came to the franchise. He states, "I have said publicly that I think that we made and released too many Star Wars films over a short period of time," Iger said. "I have not said that they were disappointing in any way. I have not said that I'm disappointed in the performance. I just think that there's something so special about a Star Wars film and that less is more." So, let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the fact that Bob Iger states that I have said publicly that I think we made and released too many Star Wars films. So this is Bob Iger, the head of Disney, literally admitting that that was their biggest mistake with the Star Wars franchise by releasing too many movies. If you guys want my 2 cents here, I don't think that was a mistake at all. In fact, I think that the franchise fatigue wasn't even a thing. I think that a lot of Star Wars fans weren't even getting tired of Star Wars movies until The Last Jedi Backlash came around and how it had a massive effect on the box office results of Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now, I will say that I only saw The Last Jedi twice, and I saw Solo: A Star Wars Story once, and after the backlash of The Last Jedi, it even affected me as a fan of how much I wanted to watch a Star Wars film repeatedly. You know, it's all a matter of those repeat sales tickets, right? When you see The Force Awakens and how well it did, yes, I understand that a lot of it had to do with the fact that we haven't seen a Star Wars film since 2005, at the time in 2015, but in this particular scenario, Bob Iger is stating that that was their big mistake, that they released way too many Star Wars films over a short period of time every single year, especially with The Last Jedi releasing in December of 2017 and Solo releasing in May of 2018. Now, to me, I don't think that was a problem at all either, because Solo: A Star Wars Story was just a spin-off film. It wasn't intended to be, you know, a large movie that would be as big as a Skywalker saga film. To me, I always viewed that spin-off film as a little side story, something a little extra, if you will, to hold us over until the release of The Rise of Skywalker. That's at least how I viewed it. So, the fact that Bob Iger went from having this plan in place to releasing a Star Wars film every single year, and then The Last Jedi Backlash comes around, and then it leads over to the box office results of Solo: A Star Wars Story, and then that leads to the cancellation of 10 years worth of Star Wars films, and even kind of making the 2 new Star Wars trilogies pretty much up in the air as to exactly who's going to take over now. The fact that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss have exited as writers of those series, of those movies. So that's one thing to really take into consideration here, is that Disney and Lucasfilm, it really seems like that they're just not quite sure exactly how they want to lay out the, I guess you could say, the roadmap of Star Wars, right? Even Kathleen Kennedy said over at Star Wars Celebration, where she said, well, that didn't work, and now we're trying new things, and we're talking about things every day. They're even talking about Knights of the Old Republic movies, she stated at Celebration back in April. So discussions are happening, and Bob Iger, you know, without a doubt, he's literally trying to reassure fans that he is not disappointed with the performance and that he is not disappointed with the actual films themselves, like the end product, right? The final product, if you will. To me, though, I feel like that they definitely do recognize the backlash, hence exactly why Bob Iger has to come to the point in this interview where he actually has to say, you know, I have not said that they were disappointing in any way. I have not said that I'm disappointed in the performance. He just thinks that there's something special about Star Wars and that less is more, and that may be true. You know, that may very well be true because Star Wars kind of has like a different feel to it. You kind of connect to those films more, and that's the thing about Star Wars. I personally feel a more connection to Star Wars films than Marvel films. There's something different about Star Wars. I can't explain it. So it's more like it's close to me, right? So when we look at episode 9 here, we can see that after this movie releases, they're focusing on the new trilogy and how they want to approach that with the new writers that will take over those projects. And it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens with the film, the box office results, etc., etc. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.